Hello everybody, Iain Robson here for another edition of Springhill Valley. Alright, we got a couple things going on today. Nothing to do with the combine, don't know why I jumped over there. Anyhow, we got the rest of this field cut, as you can see right here. I'm just going to hop into the New Holland and finish up doing a little bit of tedding here. Shouldn't take too long with this tedder. Don't even really need to have GPS mod. So we're going to finish off tedding this field, and then we'll get the other guy putting it back into windrows. It's funny, I was talking to someone the other day about this type of tedder versus what might be called a hay bob, for example, or some other styles of tedders. And it was interesting because the reason why I brought it up is because I was looking at a different type of tedder when you'd see more so in North America. And the interesting thing about it was I was curious. I'm like, this one kind of sprays the... What the heck did I hit there? This one kind of sprays the hay all over the place, as opposed to what you tend to see a bit more in North America. It was kind of like fluff the hay in a lot of cases. Just different types of environments. And the reason why we're talking about it is because in this situation right here, with this style, you definitely need to disperse the hay all around, because what happens is if you don't, you won't be able to dry the hay because you won't get enough sunshine, or there'll be a lot of rain or whatnot. So by doing it this way, it dries a lot faster. You do I don't know, I suppose you do tend to lose part of the material because you're doing it this way as opposed to just keeping it in a windrow. So like, let's say if you're doing alfalfa, which I'm not sure if that's common out in Europe or not, but North America, well, in Canada at least, I'm sure in North America it's much more common to see alfalfa. And if you were to do this and then put it back into windrow, I'm sure you would lose a lot of the material out of the alfalfa. What the heck? It's that darn... It really doesn't like hills and all this jazz. Jeez. Anyhow, you probably would lose a lot of the material from the alfalfa if you were to do something like this, because apparently, as far as I know at least, alfalfa tends to be a bit temperamental when it comes to moving it around. You'll lose some of the leaves off it and potentially lose some of the nutritional value of it by going this route, I should say. But, you know, it becomes a necessity based on where you are. Like in North America, we tend to get less rain, so, well, depending where you are, I guess. Where I am, you tend to get less rain. So using something like this wouldn't be necessary, whereas if you're in England, for example, or Ireland, I suppose, or Scotland even, something like this would be very necessary, because people out there definitely do get a lot of rain in comparison. So yeah, this tedder really does not like hills or anything that's not flat, apparently, because look what it's doing right now. It's dancing all over the place. Oh well. It's still doing the job, so I guess that's all that really matters in the end. It's making our tractor bounce around, though. I think what's happening is parts of the tedder are actually catching on the ground, and it's not liking it. That's my guess, at least. Definitely doesn't like turns like that, but that's all I got. Anyhow, so we're making dry hay for our animals so we can have a good stockpile of it, because now we need dry hay for our sheep and for our cows. So by using this big field we have set up here, we'll definitely have more than enough, for a little while at least, to keep them satisfied. Well, that's the idea at least, right? Because if we don't keep them satisfied, so to speak, don't give them enough hay or mixed rations or whatnot, they're not going to produce, and we definitely need them to produce. Although apparently our cows are not producing very much liquid manure at all. Like, I don't know, it's been a few days now, I guess. And I guess when I installed that realistic cow mod, it really is realistic, because in comparison to what I'm used to in some of the other maps, in some of the other situations, like, I would have, 10,000 liters of solid manure or liquid manure by now. But in this scenario, because I had that mod installed, I only have 757 liters of liquid manure, which is, you know, more realistic, that's for sure. Although it doesn't make it a bit strange, though, because what happens is, on this map, let's say, the growing rates aren't changed at all, so it's fairly quick in comparison to, I don't know, something like the newbie farm, where it takes a lot longer for things to grow. So you have to progress time, and you have to plan your crops a bit better, whereas in this map, it doesn't make a difference. There's no withering either discovered, so doesn't matter how you go about it. It's pretty simple regardless. So alright, last pass here. Missed a little bit here, but I'm not too worried about that. There we go. This is good. Let's get it off the field here, put it beside the John Deere. And let's grab the Fent. And how much horsepower does this Fent have? Maybe not enough for this. To actually, I don't know. I don't think that actually needs a whole lot of horsepower, if I remember right. I think I looked it up once and it was like not even 100 horsepower. This has got 86. I think that should be okay. Alright. Let's go ahead and... I guess we need to load the course. 37 outline, like so. What we need to do is open it up. I actually don't know if this tractor combination is going to work well with course play. We're going to find out. Alright. No, we don't want that. So set that to 9.2 meters. Actually, let's lower that because it'll probably adjust it accordingly. 9 meters. Perfect. Southwest, heading north, and we'll do one headland at the end. There we go. That should work out well. And I have 2 courses combined. Apparently I clicked the button twice. There we go. And we'll call this F37 rake 9 meter. Cool. Hopefully this works well. See, that was one of the things they added also recently with this developer version, of course, but this didn't work the same. This didn't work the same way before. So what happened was they added support for this particular item, which is nice because it's a pretty solid windrower. And they have the other 2 items, the turret mowers I've mentioned before, and also this one. And the other rake, I suppose, they've fixed as well. Could probably slow this guy down a little bit. 15 kilometers an hour probably is sufficient, I would suspect. Might even be a bit fast, but I'm not 100% on that, so. Excellent. So, let's grab this guy. We need to bring the baler up here. Because funny enough, in this game, it doesn't take any time at all for things to dry. Technically, it'd take maybe a day. Well, I don't know. Here in Ontario, at least, it takes about a day or so, depending on how wet the hay is, of course. So it can take, you know, a day, 2 days, assuming you have good weather, I guess. Alright, so we need to go straight here. Just going to record a course back to our home base, so to speak. Because then I can just send these guys up here and go do something else that needs my attention. I technically still need to seed a couple fields, but I just got annoyed with that seeder, so I just left it for the time being. Just fine, I guess. It doesn't make a big difference on this particular map. Maps that have wither, yeah, it makes a big difference. But nothing's ready to harvest anyways, so I'm not that worried about it. Nice turn here. That'd be a pretty sharp corner with a tractor. Like, if you think about it, because like you're going downhill, you're taking a turn. Looks like a good recipe to break an axle or something. I don't know. I imagine they're pretty. I imagine tractors are fairly robust. It's kind of what they're meant for, you know, dealing with all sorts of terrain and whatnot. I don't know. I'm sure there's different types. I don't know why I came out this way, but this works, I guess. Hopefully I don't have any problems with the that ravine back there, because that's going to be a bit annoying. Make sure I go straight and then turn. Perfect. But yeah, I think I would actually enjoy this map more if I had a steering wheel. I think. It's just a guess, mind you. Nice and wide. There we go. And I need to go this way. And I think it's only because it's like the windy, like the turning of the roads and whatnot. I think that'd be nice to do with a steering wheel because it'd be a lot more fluid turn rather than the turns I have to make, I guess. Because of keyboard and whatnot, which is fine. I'm still not going to buy a steering wheel. I like the idea of it, but apparently I just don't see the necessity of having one. Although many people have told me, Cavalier Roy, actually, he mentioned, he was the guy who made the Newbie Farm, version 4 and version 5. He was actually saying it changes the game quite a bit when you get a steering wheel. I don't know what I called the other one, but I don't think it was that. I think it was Home Farm, the 37. That works, whatever. Anyways, let's move this guy out of the way because now we need to grab our baler. Let's just put this beside our tipper, or whatever we're going to call it, dump trailer. I don't know. Let's see if I can do this from in-cab without... It's not too bad. I probably would, if I were in this real life, I'd probably move that. It's going to be my way regardless, so maybe I will have to move it anyways, but... It's funny, I don't think... I haven't seen, at least, that style of mower where it folds up like that. Most of the mowers I've seen have been like a one single piece. And that's probably because in North America it doesn't really make a difference. The width isn't a big factor. But if you go to like places like England and Ireland, how wide something is a big factor. Especially for when you get down those like small country roads. I can only imagine how ridiculous it would be to drive around some of those. Like even getting into some of the fields, I imagine, is pretty ridiculous. So I don't know for sure. I'm gonna sell that chain. Don't know why I have it still. There we go. Yeah, I can only imagine how tight some of the turns you gotta make are, but... Alright, so let's grab our John Deere baler here, and we'll take it up to the other area. And that fent should be getting close to being finished. Apparently it should be refueled soon. There we go. Let's take a turn, and now we can use the course we made last time around, which is this one right here. Set it up for transfer mode. And if you are paying attention, I put a little wait point there. So what should happen is it will wait once it finishes. We'll get close to the end of the course. Is that going to be good enough? No. Alright, let's move them up here a little bit then. F37 to HQ. Nope, I want the other one. I want farm to 37. That would make more sense. Apparently we go down. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. But the second point is actually down there somewhere, apparently. I don't know how that's possible, but there we go. Now it's on the right track. How's he doing? 17. That's not doing too bad. He's almost finished out here, actually. He's got, what, 2-3 passes left? This is good. This guy really does need to be refueled, though. Maybe we should look at buying a fuel bowser. This dirt tab, as we call it. What do we have here? I think we have maybe one in here somewhere. That's a great picture of that. Jeez. It's a new mod I just picked up, so I just noticed it there now. Do we have any... It's another new mod I picked up. Haven't tested it yet, or taken a look at it. That's the more realistic one. This is another one someone suggested a while back. I haven't looked at it, but Mr. Fox makes some pretty good stuff. I don't know, I have this thing, but that's not really good for this map. I have these two as well. These are new ones I picked up from FS-UK. Small 18-ton. And then there's some bigger ones here. I really don't have anything that can carry fuel. Wow, that's kind of surprising, actually. I'll have to go out of my way to look for one of those. I thought I had one, but I guess I don't. Let me just adjust my microphone, because apparently I decided to turn it away. Luckily I talk fairly loud, so it doesn't make a big difference all the time, but if it just got louder randomly, that was the reason why. I could use that one, I guess. John Deere would like to go swimming. Would he? He stopped here? Oh, that's going to be a problem. It's funny though, that's the only place where you can really cross there, and I don't know what you're supposed to do. Like if I look around the map, so like he was just right there, and you can go down around here and go up here, as I suppose too, so I don't know. Let's move some of this stuff. Now, let's see if I can actually move that silly cedar now. If I can find it. Oh, there it is. Look at that. First thing. Well, it's here. I can actually connect to it probably. That's what I expected, mind you. But at least we got it now. We can move it out of the way. Let's grab this thing too, because we're gonna want this out of the way as well. Let's see here. Can we actually back up with this? No. And there we go. Let's attach the actual seating unit. Lift it back up. And let's see if we can't move it out of the way a little bit here. There we go. It was just right there, right in my way all the time. So let's see if I can't find a better spot for it. I feel like I should leave this out in the open, because this thing just does not like doing many things. So I think I'm going to bring it over where I have the hay for the time being. That's going to be a ridiculous turn. You're going to be able to make that? No. Apparently I can back out of it, but I can't go into it. Alright. This is always the frustration. I don't know, some people are saying that, some people are suggesting, not some people, this is what I was thinking. No one suggested this, now that I think about it. How about right here for the time being? I mentioned the fact that I may make this particular series a bit of a shorter series, just because really? Guess we could do it this way. Let's move this thing out of the way then. I don't know if he's not going to make it back to the home base, so to speak. I think he's going to run out of fuel before that. This thing seems to be quite a bit of a fuel hog, unfortunately. Put the emergency brake on there. This guy's got lots of fuel. We'll get this guy to finish it up. Anyways, yeah, like I was saying, I might make this series a bit of a shorter one. And, apparently I hit a button that makes it show my FPS. There it is. But I was getting 60 frames a second right there, so that's good. Anyways, yeah, so I'm making this a bit of a shorter series. We'll see. Like I've mentioned before, there are quite a few people playing on this map, and most of you probably have already seen all of the map or played on it, so I'm not too worried about people not seeing stuff. So let me know in the comments. Let me know if you'd like to see more of this or less of this. I don't mind either way. It's a nice map, but I don't mind cutting it short. Hitting things is bothering me. Oh yes, it's left. Or is it this? There we go. Did I set up, did I call it F-37 rake? Did I? Oh, I did. Good. Nearest field work. Go. Yeah, so like I was saying, I might make it a bit of a shorter series. We'll see what happens. And that's primarily just because there's lots of people playing the same map, so. And it seems unnecessary to show you stuff you've already seen on this particular map. Anyways, let's grab this guy right here. And I think what we'll do is we'll wait for that guy to finish up. Should we reduce the size of the baler, or the bales, I should say? Where did he start? I think he started right here, it looks like. Somewhere around here, because the only reason I don't want to start here is because he's going to have to do... turned off. The reason I don't want to do that right yet is because he's going to have to do a headland around the outside first. So he's almost finished anyway, so I'll let him finish up first, and then I'll start bailing. That's cool, you can hear the RPMs rev up on this tractor. Can't believe how much texture they got in this thing, it's ridiculous. Like, the level of detail in there is just silly. It amazes me how much... I don't know how many hours went into this thing, but it's crazy. Interesting little fact. I have been seeing more and more European brands. The other day, I saw a Klaas baler and a Krone baler in Canada, in Ontario. And they didn't look like they were brand new. Well, the Krone looked like it was brand new, but the Klaas baler looked like it had been used for a while, so... There are people out there who are using some of that equipment, apparently, so it's an interesting little fact. When is he going to lower those? Oh, there he goes. Yeah, so it's interesting because they're starting to see more and more of the European equipment come out to Canada, so it's interesting to see what they bring and what they decide to bring. I guess it's just a bigger market in the end, right? So... Oh, now he's going to do his headland. This is good. This is what I was waiting for. I didn't want to start until he's finished this because this is how he cleans up all the rest of it. I think this John Deere is going to be in the way now. Alright. Yeah, that's right. And do we want to reduce the size of the bales? Really? Okay, whatever. Do you want to reduce the size of the bales to that? I don't think so. I think we'll be okay. I love how this increases the RPMs. Makes my day. No, he's going to pick up that. Alright, guess we'll start back here then. There we go. Lower the pickup, and away she goes. I don't know, I really like this baler. I think this is actually a European baler. I was talking with somebody the other day, and I don't believe they have 864 balers in Canada. It must be a European brand, or a European model, I guess. Which is entirely possible, right? Like, there's lots of European brands out there, or model numbers or whatnot, that you can't find in North America. Like this, I think is either doesn't exist in real life, or it is a European brand as opposed to a North American brand. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys know, I should say. Is this a North American baler? Can you find it in North America? That's 864, or is it a European only one, or is it does it not exist at all? Let me know, I'm kind of curious. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen what is it, 4 series balers, so like 4.6, 4.35, I think it is. I've seen those 4.38s, I think it is. 4.39, I think is the current version of the John Deere. The current version of the John Deere baler they have out right now. So I don't know. I'd have to double check. Oh, 80%. It's funny, you can actually, if you're paying attention enough, you can actually listen for the beeps and whatnot. Technically, I'm pretty sure it would show you on that monitor down there, and it would say, hey, the bale is done. But I don't think it says that. It doesn't say it in this one, at least, so. Nice wide turn there. Yeah, it's funny, I was watching one of One Lonely Farmer's videos the other day, and I think the title of the video was like "Learning the Youngins" or something like that. Basically, teaching his kids, or I think they were his kids at least, how to bale, and they're using their big coon baler there. So it's just funny to see what he had to say about that. And one of the things he mentioned was taking nice wide turns. So I was just reminded of that because it took a really big turn there. Because you do need to be careful because you don't want your baler to collide with your tires. That's just bad news. I've seen it happen before on a potato pick or a potato harvester. Take a turn a little bit too sharp and just shakes the whole potato harvester. It's not fun. That's for sure. Getting quite a bit of material out of this, jeez. Let's just move this out of the way a little bit. Because this is definitely going to be in our way if I plunk it right there. I guess in real life you probably just put it wherever you wanted to. But I know if I put that bale out right there, it's definitely going to be on the other windrow I have to go over, so. That's the reason why I didn't do it there, if you're wondering. And it would have been a bit of a pain, but yeah, we definitely are getting quite a bit of material, which is good. Because that was like one pass basically, and we had a full bale. So how many bales do we have so far? Oh, that's not terrible. 4 bales. Still got a little bit to go. I don't know how many bales. We might get like maybe 8 bales off this in the end, I think. That's my guess. Yeah, that doesn't take long. This particular windrow is a pretty big, lots of material going through the baler. I asked somebody the other day how fast you can actually bale, and they were saying 4 miles an hour. So 4 miles an hour would probably be this gear. That's still a bit quick. 4 miles an hour, something like that. That would be my guess. Something in that area you could do it at. I guess it depends on how much material you're putting through the baler, right? Like if you're putting a lot of material through the baler, you probably could go faster if it wasn't very much, or if it was a lot, you have to go slower, obviously. One of their factors apparently is if it's a double axle, dual axle baler, you can go a bit faster because you don't have to worry about the bumps so much, apparently. So, lots of little things to consider. This does feel a bit slower, mind you, but I always have to wonder like how much, because a lot of things are done in like miles an hour as opposed to kilometers an hour. So it's like, I know you can seed up to 10 miles an hour with the new John Deere seeder, but I'd actually have to look to find out how much that is in kilometers, because I know 0 to 60 miles an hour is 100 kilometers an hour, but some of the other denominations, not sure. Have to look that up. I don't drive nearly enough to remember those types of things. Alright, nice. It's looking good. We're gonna have to bring the bale picker, or the bale auto stacker, I guess. Because how many do we have so far? 6. Oh, wow. Can I still pick up hay? Well, apparently I can. Let's be safe about this. Turn the tractor off. Sheesh. Open cover edge. And replace. There we go. I've actually seen that stuff in real life. Not that stuff, but well, I guess yeah, it was cover edge. I've seen it in real life. It's pretty cool stuff. It makes the bales look really, really slick. In comparison to like binder twine, for example. When you get a bale out from a net wrap like that, it looks really, really, really good. And I don't think you're... What happens sometimes with baler twine is you get like little strands of it falling off. If you're removing a bale, you might run over a piece of baler twine, and then... I guess it depends on the baler. Like, I suppose some of the newer balers are better with baler twine than some of the older ones, but... I guess it just depends. We're going to fill up before the end of this windrow. Nice. This is good. Excellent. Good. Anyways, I think I will finish baling the rest of this off camera. So we have, what, 3 or 4 passes to go. So it's not too much more. So I'll finish the rest of that off camera. And then we'll come back next episode and collect these bales and put them in our new area. Put them in the new area. And then we'll go from there. That's it for today, folks. My name is Iain Robson. Whoa, don't even remember my own name. My name is Iain Robson. This has been Farming Simulator 2013, coming at you from Springhill Valley. I will catch you guys later.